The hidden dangers of fun. As I speak to you today, I'm going to talk to you about amusement rides and devices. The industry is suffering. Recently, at the International Association for Amusement Parks and Attractions, IAAPA, in Orlando, Florida, a one-time event every year. The others are in Hong Kong, Japan, and Europe somewhere. I listened to 40 attorneys at a luncheon. It was a good luncheon. 2 hours. They talked about the industry and what's going on. You see, I'm a zipline expert and a trampoline expert. I work in the aerial amusement ride industry. And I've investigated 100 accidents. So I wanted to know what they had to say. As I listened to these complaining defense attorneys, something caught my eye. One of them was third-party backers are now helping the plaintiff attorneys, and that's making them mad. And then they said hedge funds have seen how lucrative it is to bet against the amusement park ride, that they're in it. In fact, in Florida, and I thought this was interesting, their statute of limitations for amusement ride accidents is 2 years. Well, let me tell you, that waiver does not stop a claim that goes forward when the owner is grossly negligent, meaning they're not following manufacturer's guidelines. They don't have an emergency brake system on their zip line. Their speeds are over 7 miles an hour. 100 accident investigations. You never forget the first autopsy, and I've done a few. They give you the autopsy, they tell you the story of Lisa Lamb, a zipliner who brought her family, mom, dad, brother, and their children, and her husband, to a resort in Utah to go ziplining. They wanted to start their Utah vacation out with a wonderful, brand new, 1-year-old zipline. The problem was, it was late spring, when the mountains can be dangerous. On this day, the gusts were over 30. On this day, the gusts were over 65 miles an hour. Sustained winds at 35, and staff had an operations manual that said anything over 30 miles per hour, shut the zip line down, evacuate, practice your rescue, whatever it was. And to make it even worse, the inspector who came in a month before Lisa's accident approved the zip line. Now, let me tell you something about a tree with an orange ribbon in the forest. Generally, if there's an area where you're playing or riding or driving or walking or whatever, and that tree is in a dangerous or hazardous position, they put an orange ribbon around it. Well, there was an orange ribbon around a tree next to the zip line Lisa was going down. Unfortunately, her guide convinced them that everything was okay. Her brother, one zip line behind her, was huddled in a dugout. Hail was continuing, and his guide was saying, "Come on, it's good, we're good to go." About the time Lisa and her husband went down the Outlaw Pass at Sundance Mountain Resort, her husband said, "Absolutely not. I'm walking off of this mountain. We're not ziplining in this weather." as Lisa and her husband descended. Speeds were well over 30 miles an hour. Her husband passed her, and then she noticed it. A 4-inch diameter pine tree, 50 to 60 feet off the ground, was rubbing on the cable. The winds weren't even allowing it to move back and forth. It was rubbing on the cable. She hit that tree and sheared the top of it off like she was cutting down a Christmas tree on the 24th of December. 1201. Her trolley did not safely trickle her down to the bottom, and so she did a dead man stop. The trolley was designed to pull down if you wanted to go and let up if you wanted to stop. What kind of a product is that? Where's the design failure mode in that? If somebody's hurt on your zip line, you have 15 minutes to get them off. Lisa's staff took 45 minutes. She needed emergent care the whole time, and she was in cardiac arrest at the bottom when they loaded her into the ambulance to take her on a 20-minute ride to the Utah Valley Hospital. Lisa died on the way. Then they remembered Lisa's mother. She was waiting in the restaurant at Sundance Mountain Resort. Nobody makes plans for a vacation that includes a trip to the morgue. Training is a huge problem in this industry. What can we do about it? Well, my risk management internship that I did with American Adventure Park Systems as I finished my master's degree this last May did that. We shared all the experiences that I've had over these 100 cases to help zip lines establish arrival speeds, know that there's changes, etc. We're now helping one of the largest trampoline parks in the state of Utah, the Hive. We're helping them with training. And what we're training with is stories. So as I train with these stories, I'm going to show these young individuals some areas of concern that I see as a regular occurrence in this industry. And we're going to look at their industry. We're going to look at their incidents. We're going to look at any time somebody had to write something up. And we're going to do it with stories, memorable stories. If you're going to a zipline park, do like the Adventure Park Insider does. And make a call. Ask them if they know what standards they follow. That'll be your first clue. If they have no idea, you take your risk in your own hand. And if you're over 150 pounds, you plan on going zipline, just know your risk is 4 times greater than the 100-pounder. In fact, the 80-pounder is at even greater risk than somebody in the 140. But let's work on this. Let's fix this problem. With training, proper training, mandate that all zip lines have an emergency brake. It's important. We could stop half of the accidents if it was self-resetting. We don't want an emergency brake that requires a guide to reset it every time because it doesn't work. I have the research. And now I'm going on to another master's degree, Master's of Engineering, and I'm going to do more research. And I'm going to publish. And I'm going to share the information about the things that are going on in this industry. Why would you have a company that has killed 4 people still building zip lines? Money. It's all about money. As long as they got enough money to pay the insurance company, they're insured. And if nobody tells the unsuspecting trampoline or park or wherever that this guy has killed 4 people, another person maybe next. Engineers measure risk by the number of deaths. Let's fix this problem. There are ways, better ways, and I know a few of them. Thanks for listening. Let's talk.